my microphone is not on. I said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, my microphone is not on. So there we go. We're all caught up. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1 Invitational for Ronin Roundup, event number 1. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. It's been a crazy month. Earlier in the month, I was going to have this tournament after Ronin Roundup 6, so it would be right on top of each other. But after kind of having a back and forth with my buddy Necroshade, he was kind of encouraging that some of these guys would appreciate some extra time to train up. Sadly, Ursamaro was one of the people that was training for this, but to train up to kind of, you know, be more prepared, because the top 3 finalists from this tournament are going to be going to event number 2. Event number 2 is the Season 1 Invitational that contains Makillers. So the Ronin Roundup clan, the Ronin Roundup family, community, what have you, we have a select group of players from Ronin Roundup 1 through 6 that actually won the tournament. Necroshade won 2 tournaments. He won tournament number 3 and number 6. We have Hurricane, we have M, we have Necroshade, we have Azuki from France, we have AR Marco, and this group of fighters is top-notch. Some of them are professional players in their own right. Some of them are ranked very well from where they're from, and so we have a variety of people. We have people from all over the world, different coasts of the United States, and then different continents. So coordinating when we're going to have a tournament, when we're going to be able to get together and play together, excuse me, a lot of coffee, to train has been very complicated. We all have kind of different schedules. Some of you, this is like really early in the morning, Some of you, this is late at night. So let's get underway. Here we are at 30 minutes on my stream. I wanted to have this kind of be a good spot where people could come in and say like, oh look, the intro is beginning. So here we go. So this is season 1. What I'm going to do is play probably a very brief 14-15 minute video of the lead-up videos, kind of from episode 1 to episode 6. And so it's going to show you like some clips from the first few, and then it will show you a couple of the final matches from some of the champions that are going to be featured, and some of the people that lost will be at next week's events as well, because obviously the final 2's second place and first place is what's going to be at next week. And so then the top 3 from this week are going to be able to go and compete in next week's tournament. So here we go. We are going to get started with that. Hold on here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. This is the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Ronin Roundup 1 through Ronin Roundup 6 highlight video. Here we go. Going against you. I love watching you fight. And honestly, even the best of us have a lot of work. All right, here we go. This is the final bout for Ronin Roundup 4, ladies and gentlemen. Hatu's Genjuro coming out strong.
real early. Just bring in the heat. Oh, sorry, guys. Azuki. Azuki's struggling hard to come back here. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Azuki, you got this. Keep it lively. Let's keep it lively. Oh, thanks, Shaz. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you to say. Here we go. Come on, man. It's footsie time. There you go. Just little chips. Just little chips. Here you go. Just a little bit. There we go. Oh, oh my gosh. You guys. Final round. Ronin Roundup 4, ladies and gentlemen. The final round of Ronin Roundup 4. Oh. 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 Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen. The slide. The kick for the win. Ladies and gentlemen. Ronin Roundup 4. Azuki from France. Amazing. We now have an amazing French champion. We have our French champion. Thank you very much. Take a bow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Finals between AR Marco. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Damn. All of it. That's clean. That worked. It's inspiration. Azuki, you can do this. It's not too late. We're getting close. If you lose this, you get to come back to grand finals. You get to come back for championship rounds. Okay? That's my boy. Look, that's right. Double down on that strategy. Take that. Nice. Good job. Double down. Down. You can't go roll for roll with it. All right, you're changing up to Marco's switching out in the final round, the last bout for finals. Like I said, it's not, you can do it. I have not decided to make any kind of rules against that, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, if you guys want to do that, go for it. Your Darley was pretty impressive. I don't know that that's necessary, but All right, Lemon, if you're out there, please check in.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
We are kind of
All right,
holding
let's
up
do this.
to get Lemon Bop checked in. So please check in, homie, because I don't want to have to change the bracket again.
Strategy. It's like Marco took Shag's character that Shags is working with. I don't know why Marco went that route. He's clearly good. I'm not trying to like disparage that. He was probably watching Shags play against his Warden, and probably my guess, he watched Shags play against Warden and saw some holes in his timing maybe, and thought he could exploit it. That's my guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marco. But he doesn't have a lot of holes in his technique though. Oh, that was that's as close as it could possibly get. If Marco wins this round, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Ronin Roundup 5 champion. If Izuki wins this match, he is the Ronin Roundup 5 champion as well. Both of these gentlemen will be invited to the Championship Tournament, of course. So this will not be the last time they meet on the battlefield, perhaps. Ooh. Come on, Izuki. You got your play. You got your play. Oh no. That's not. Oh. Doing his chipping, doing his poking, his little pokes, Oh no. No! Oh man, missing that grab. Good lord. Good lord.
All right, we are about to get started. Just paying respects to our last Ronin Roundup champion, Ronin Roundup champion from number 5, AR Marco. So throwing him a little bit of respect here.
Marco, he can't.
Everybody mixing it up. That's funny. Look at her tomorrow's YouTube comment from Ronin Roundup 6. That's hilarious.
がっかりさせんなよ。
立花右京 VS バイケン、いざ尋常に1本目勝負。つばめ返し。
両参戦。
Swapping totally different characters coming in through the finals here.
What? Do something.
We are going to begin this moment here. In our lobby.
Do something.
勝者立花右京。2本目勝負。
As As it is right now, Nathan or Necroshade is up by two matches. Chachi is trying to make a comeback here. Alright, I had to drop Lemon so I could process the results. We're 15 minutes past the check-in, or past the start time. Check-in was set to be 30 minutes beforehand, so this is like almost an hour and 15 minutes past when the check-in time opened, so it's a little excessive. I appreciate everybody kept stuff going on. Lemon, what's up? You should have said something, homie. No big deal. Ursamaro is not doing well, so we kind of all communicated that early on, and that just helps me, so then that way I don't have to kind of like drag the time waiting, because I wanted to give you time to check in, homie. I wanted to play. So I'm really sorry that you didn't make it. Obviously, Lemon, I'm going to want to play with them again. You're my original. This is the final battle, though, between Necroshade and Shachi. The latecomer to Ronin Roundup 6. Oh, that's that. Look at that. Get into the next round. Amazing. Alright, well, this next round could determine it, ladies and gentlemen. Dropped the first round, but picked up the second round. This next round could be it. This could be Necroshade's last, or we could get it back and Shachi could move forward. Get a little last minute chance there. Ooh, your Yukio's play is pretty dope. Your play in general is very excellent. I'm not trying to lie. Yeah, I need somebody with some projectiles to get around some of that crazy stuff, man. Oof. Coming heavy. Gonna come heavy next. Just been tapping with the medium to get you that false sense of security. Be careful. Here we go. Here we go, Mr. Necroshade. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go. Lemon Bop knows the. I'm still not seeing him, so I'm like, you have like moments. Like I will add you at the last second if you show up, but because he's not here, I don't mind. But I have his like Lemon. I don't think I spelled it right, but I don't care. I'll just add it anyway into the bracket. I was just really hoping that we would have some resistance. I don't like tournaments with low stakes.
Yeah. All right, there he is.
All right, cool. We are good. Let us get back underway. All right. Excellent. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ronin Roundup Season 1 Invitational Event Number 1. We had a nice video of all of the champions. That is not us. We are the guys that got close to victory and fell just short. And so today we're going to be battling for an opportunity to face the champions one more time for like an 80s style comeback story. So here we go. Shaginator versus Kenshin. Watch out for this Amakasa boy. She gonna sting you. Or he. Damn it, when I was a kid, you know. Here we go.
Going to be lots of floatiness in this battle.
Oh, yes. A lot of floating. Oh, right? A lot of that. Gotta love that peacocking. Ooh. Ooh, I like the colors. You guys did good. Alright. strong. Just keep using the taps to kind of keep them back. Nice. Nice. Oh man, that catches me every time. Oh.
Yes.
It's a tough one to push through. Amakusa has range like Earthquake. It's almost like fighting Earthquake, but with a better grab.
I'm getting the weird lag.
Ouch.
I'm gonna mute myself in the chat here. Alright, here we go. This way I'm just talking. Ooh. Ooh, the burst. Oof. Oh, man. All right. I believe I said this was a first to 3. I believe I put this in as a first to 3, so we've got one. I told you, this is a rough fighter with Amakusa, man. This guy is no joke. He came in and sincerely started pushing everybody around for a little bit. I mean, it was like... So, it's definitely, this guy is hardcore with Amakusa. For sure. Arm yourself. Be patient. That range, though, he'll just tap you with that range, and then that grab from the ground up. It's like a killer grab. If I recall, it was knocking me when we were doing a dojo session. It was pulling me right out of the sky when I was trying to do my teleport. It was not kosher. It's like I'm gonna cry. There is currently no rule about swapping characters, you guys. If you're winning, it's typically frowned upon. If you're winning, to swap characters. Oh, we got rage going here, though. We got rage going, baby. And Wanfu's got some awesome hit damage and rage. And great if you're playing defensively. Oh, nice! Good chunk. And not as much as I would hope, though, right? For that amount of an opening. Nice. Oh, we're invincible. That's why we're glowing red.
天草四郎時貞2本目勝負
Alright, here we go. That's not that bad. That range, you see that range, it's like, it's very deceptive because it's such a small orb, but several times that will outreach Earthquake, even on my head. So you gotta be very, very patient with it. Oh, the timing is excellent. Oof.
勝者天草四郎時貞話にもならん
All right.
主の何を言った
That's 2 for Kenshin. This could still turn around. We're just figuring each other out. Like I said, typically, this has been off to kind of a crazy start here. Kenshin's willing to rematch this matchup. Okay, we're going to try it again. Shags is coming in hard. With the Wanfu, baby. I believe in Wanfu. Oof. So it looks like the speed and range of that skull. Oh, nice. Yeah, this, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to be unfair about it. The only other thing I could have told you was Homie likes to come out early with the specials. Right, use them rather than lose them. I like that. That's pretty good. Oof. Oh, man. Like I said, this is the Amakasa player that came in out of nowhere and was like, hey, can I play with you guys? I like playing this game. And we're like, yeah, sure. And then came in and like started pushing around Necroshade a little bit. But we're like, oh, like, what the hell's going on in here? And then we all started going round and round for a couple of hours. And this is a serious Amakasa player. So this is somebody that had Kenshin showed up at earlier Ronin Roundups, very well probably could have made first or second place in any of the other tournaments that were out there. So I'm very glad that Kenshin came, so Kenshin will have an opportunity to go to that tournament now. So thank you, Kenshin, for showing up, being a late comer, but you took the opportunity to sub in. We all are going. Shags has been kind of down for the count, I believe, not feeling well recently, and so I haven't seen Shags as much in the dojos. Hoping before next week, maybe we'll have a chance to have a few more sessions after today. So there we go. Kenshin, let me go to the bracket real quick, folks, so don't do any over-clicking, as it were. We're starting the tournament now, officially on the bracket. Waited for everyone to kind of show up. Kenshin, we did that. 3. Submit. So Kenshin is moving forward to face me, and then the loser of that fight will face Shags, and then the winner of that fight will face... Yeah, I'm like going around in circles. I'm already kind of like, what's going on now? So I'm in. Feel free, since it's only 3 of us, feel free to just watch in the lobby here. You don't have to go through this, you can watch it live if you like. But Shags is in the lobby, and then Kenshin, come on down. Alright. Let me get into... Who's talking where? I'm like, where's the beep? Like 50, right? Nice. Yeah, sincerely, guys, good games to both of you. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. One Up Daddy and Kenshin. Let's do this. Alright. Amakasa and Earthquake. A match made in heaven. Ish. Oh man. My light's all twacked. Get my assistant right up to go fix that for me. Oh, wait. This is the kind of stuff that stresses you out when you're streaming and competing at the same time, because you're like, oh, I gotta like, I need to go and sit there. I'm like, oh. Alright, here we go. Oh man! Missed the grab, that's not good. Can't believe I missed that grab. That's rough. I thought for sure I had that. Oh! Oh man, I missed it. Oh man, that's rough. At least it wasn't a perfect. Who is that? Good lord. Oh man, I was gonna burst on my landing. Was gonna burst on that landing, but I didn't quite make it down.
Wow.
That's a heavy, heavy hit. Alright, so one for Kenshin. Good lord. I wonder if I'm gonna pick Earthquake again. Yep, yes, I'm definitely gonna pick Earthquake again. Ugh, man, that was rough. Oh, okay. Oh man, my grab barely missed. See that? Outreach. Oh man. Oh man, I thought I made it. Oh, I missed it. That's rough. Oh.
本目勝負
Oh man, I'm in the corner. No, no, no. Ooh. Whew.
いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Yikes.
勝者アースクエイク
Ooh.
2本目勝負
Oh man.
勝者
Game of taps. Caught me looking.
最終戦勝負勝者アースクエイク
Oh. That gets me so stressed out, guys. That gets my stress level so peaked up. Oh my goodness.
「いざ尋常に1本目勝負」「
I missed it. Oof. Oh no! Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I'm trying to do my... I'm having a hard time. I'm getting stressed and I'm not doing my teleport.
2本目勝負
Damn it. Nice. Nice. It's a tie ball game, folks. It's a tie. 2 Ken, 2 for me. 2 for 1UP. Alright, this decides who goes to the loser bracket to face Shags.
いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Okay, I thought I hit back like... Didn't need much to take the round.
勝者アースクエイク
Hoo-wee!
2本目勝負
Good lord! I'm not trying to jump. Why am I jumping? Nice. Lord. Oh, what happened? What's happening? Oh my god. Somehow got disconnected, but now we're back. Sorry about that. It's your round to have.
勝者天草四郎時貞
Should be DQ'd for that.
最終戦勝負
Nice. Nice. Oh. Oh man. Nice. We took it.
天草四郎時貞
Cool, because I need to see what's going on here. I'm like too irritated anyway. Alright. Good games, homie.
二度はないぞデク
Alright, that sends me into the losers bracket. Alright, so Kenshin is in the finals, and that puts me and Shaginator in the semifinals. Alright. Because that's 3. Shags, come on in. Alright. Kenshin, if you want to watch in the stream, you can. If you want to go down and watch down below, that's fine too. So we're good to go. I'm going to pull up my output projector. What's going on here? Sorry, seeing all this stuff. We got started late. It threw me off my chi. Great rounds though, Kenshin. You freaking toasted me out. I knew what to do, man. It was just stressing me out too much. Alright, so Shags and 1UP here. This is why I want somebody else to help with commentating and stuff like that. Because it's hard to do both at the same time. Alright, here we go.
アースクエイク VS ワンフーいざ尋常に1本目勝負
Oh, nice, you got me on my retreat there. Oh, nice. Nope. Ooh.
アースクエイク
Man.
2本目勝負
Nice. Oof. Messed that up big time. Nope. Oh, nice. Oof. Oh, nice. Can't do that again though, I think I'm in the corner. Oh,
ア
God.
ースクエイク
My hands are shaking. I never knew. I've not played a Wanfu that's so happy.
海の力弱すぎて
I always think of him as slow like me. This is not teleporting like Basara or something.
いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Oh, nice. How do you do that running grab? That's pretty sick. Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't do the teleport.
Oh!
勝者アースクエイク
Oh.
2本目勝負
Nice. Oh, dang it. Nice. Oof. Oh.
勝者アースクエイク
Oh.
いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Ooh. Nice. Oh no. Oh,
勝者アースクエイ
I
ク
knew it. Oh god, thank God you did the heavy.
2本目
Oh, God.
勝負
You wouldn't have the time. Nice. Nice. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Got it. Got it. Oh. Shags. Thank you for those games, man. Oh my god. I have been practicing quite a bit with some heavies, so thank you very much for those games. All right. So here we are going into finals. We have myself, 1UPdaddy, and Kenshin. Hopefully with a Makasa, but we'll see. So here we go. The grand finals of the very first Ronin Roundup Invitational. It got kicked off to a really rough start. But Kenshin, you are up. Honestly though, Shaginator, you said before you weren't even sure if you were going to be able to make it because you've been down, man. Didn't you have the Rona? I thought you had the Rona, kid. That ain't no good. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just glad that you came. Start coming more dojos, man, and we'll hang out. You'll figure out my timing. You'll figure out his time. You know what I mean? It's like it's not... Don't worry about that. You did good. Good games, homie. You did good. You pushed me back hard. So here we are, the grand finals for the first event invitational for Season 1 of Ronin Roundup. This is kind of like the second tier, the casual budding. Now all three of us are qualifying to go to the next event since we're the only three that showed. But that being said, there will be a week before the finals, guys. Oops, thought I wall jumped. That's rough. All right.
2本目勝負
Oh, I thought I had it. Oh man, I don't know what happened, but that was a big whiff, guys. That was a huge whiff. I thought I hit it just in time, but I guess you did the grab and it threw me off of it. Nice work. Nice work. It's close. Not really. good, huh? I hit back in time.
Hello there. Grand final now? Is this first game? Let's see the team right now. Yo, hello there, Shaginator. Hello there.
Hey. What?
Hello there.
Hello.
Alright, we in grand finals right now. So it seems like 3 people have only made it to today.
Oh, got me.
Today's Ronin Roundup first Invitational.
Yep.
Event 1. Winner of this, well, honestly, all 3 are going to be there for the final. So we got 1UPdaddy with Earthquake going against Kenshin 06 Amasa Tokusada. I'm kind of excited. You guys see you guys see 1UPdaddy in grand final, and honestly, I'm glad to see you. Sorry I didn't come early. I was hoping to sit with my grandma.
Oh. Well, we're sad that you couldn't make it, but glad you're in chat.
Well, I mean, I'm in Champions Finals along with Marcio and all.
Oh, right.
Right? So, you know, you guys are here to see everybody trying to be number 1. Everybody here is trying to be number 1 going against the 5 champions. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough challenge for me. I did not have a great showing today, but looking forward to. It's almost you know.
Hey, you did good. You did
Yeah.
your best. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Alright, so last time, let's see from like the bracket. It seems like it was a close game from that winners final. We'll see how they do.
It's rough. Kenshin.
Yeah, he's doing. One-Up's been doing pretty good. He took 2 against Kenshin in the first round, which I was impressed with.
Right. Well, it seems like Kenshin takes the first game, but so the winner of these 3 games will become champion of the first event. But even if he didn't, you got second place. That's all that counts.
right.
Alright, so where's the adaptation right now? He's gonna go fireball. It's like Monster's a defensive zone as well. There's gonna be a lot of spacing and control.
Lots of jump C's.
Lots of jump C's. Monster's pretty strong. He's surprisingly tough to fight against. Not
Yeah, the range.
Right.
Kenshin's also kind of picked up on 1UP's duplicate attack. He's learned to, like, if he does do the fireball, he's backdashing out of the way before it comes down his head.
Right. Alright, that takes the first game. Got hit by the command grab. That's a first game. That's a fireball didn't work this time. WFT more, huh?
Well, he hasn't been able to get in close enough for the WFT to. You're talking about 1UP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Alright. 2020 no burst? 2021 no burst?
Oh man. Nope, skunked me out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's too much for one man. I can't do it.
That's okay. Alright.
I can't do both, man. It's too much. I gotta tell you.
It's like he's adapted to.
My nerves were too shot from all the disaster,
I mean,
guys.
It all comes down to one of Daddy, I would say take a break and relax. Try to see what you're doing wrong. But I think he's doing okay. I think so far it's going to be. I think he'll do fine. Sorry, one of Daddy, I can't. Yeah.
No, I appreciate it, guys.
I right now, I'm listening to the vid. I can't listen to the vid right now. It's like when I'm on DC.
No, I appreciate it. Here I'm on. That was rough. I have to say, my nerves are a little too shot from all the craziness, and it's like I said before, it's a lot to like be doing, to be running it, especially with so many things
organizing
going wrong.
it and
right, and then like a bunch of people didn't show up, and I kept saying like, hey everybody, like I'm totally down to like have it be like whatever, like late night, early morning, you say to me, and I'll make it happen. And then nobody shows up, and I was like, oh, so that all the stress of that. And no, he did. He definitely figured out my timing, guys. He figured out my timing big time. He's like, nope. I have like one or two little combos that I have set up, or patterns, and then once you figure it out, so I just need a few more, And so this definitely was a big help, like always. And you guys were great. And thanks for coming in late on the chat, but I appreciate everybody's input and just trying to help move this along. But God, that was rough, because I could just tell right away. The first time I, was trying to do a teleport and it didn't work, I'm like, my hands are not, I was too frazzled from all the adrenaline, starting like 40 minutes late. I was kind of irritated with that, so...
Well, you started off real well that first round. Against,
I wanted to fight. I was mad.
He didn't pick up on your teleport when he fireballed yet.
Not yet.
But once he figured that out, that's kind of when he started taking control.
Yeah, I relied on it too much. I do better from the other side because my hand moves more fluidly one direction rather than the other. And so I'd rely on my teleport less because it's easier to do one way and harder for me to do because my hand for some reason turns funny. So it definitely
you got to start
good.
labbing on both sides.
I do. I need to. I need to practice both sides. So, but thank you guys so much for coming, and Kenshin, thank you for coming. I'm glad you deserve, obviously, to make it to the big show. And we have a week. I am going to have it be next weekend, probably Sunday, the same approximate morning to like 10 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But I want to double check one more thing. So many birthdays in the fall. A lot of like Valentine's Day babies and whatnot. But definitely thank you guys for coming. Please show up in the dojos.
It was already
Glad
over.
to be here. Yeah, unfortunately your dojos always end up being while I'm working for some reason.
Right? Well, I'll try and find
I'm always on like something like King of Fighters fighting already other people, or I'm playing like Sam's show. But GG to congrats to Kenshin for winning the first event. And good job for top 3, and good job to 1UPdaddy for making second place. I can't wait to see all 3 of you guys in the second event. Honestly, next week it's gonna be tight because I also got Dance of the Toe King Central 5 Special, so I may have to go ahead and I got like a lot of games to juggle. So, and also family to take care of. So I may make it. I'm going to have to use my Joy-Cons because I don't have I'm not back home right now. But I'm really looking forward to next week. I'll make sure Markio and everybody's down there. And even if they're not, I'm going to make sure Markio's down there because Markio needs, we all need the champions to come down.
Yeah, well, I want to see good representation. And there's a few matchups that have not gone up against the Necro Shade yet, and this, like I said, this character, this Kenshin, did a pretty good job at figuring him out as well. So like I said, it's hard for me to feel bad because this guy is really good. I mean, he's very good. He's got good, and I don't think this is necessarily even his main, so there's a lot more to be seen. I hope Kenshin, he's in the group, so I hope Kenshin shows up in the dojos as well. But I definitely think Markio, Necro Shade M, Mixer, I hope we can get every single one of you, Zuki. Those are basically all because Necro Shade had to win 2 of them. And then we do have all the second place guys, and like I said, the third place tier guys, the as I say, the casuals that want to make it, that want to come up and fight with you guys. We're gonna be there, and this is gonna be a good week. I'm gonna be training. I hope I hope we all train up hard. because
Yeah,
they're
I need to
bringing
do
it,
some
man.
training for sure.
Necroshade shows up.
After not playing with COVID for like 2-3
See,
weeks, I'm a little rusty.
That's tough too. You lose your hands. I felt funky because I had it, and then I got vaccinated after having it. It hit me hard, and I didn't feel right for weeks. It made me feel like all shaky, and then I couldn't.
Yeah,
I would get
I've been
anxiety
fatigued.
quicker.
I still haven't gotten my sense of smell back.
Yeah, it's
Some
rough.
partially I've got it.
It's rough.
And I was vaxxed. way back in May. I was a breakthrough case.
Yeah, I was an early vax also. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
it is what it is. We're getting them immunities built up, boys. Getting them immunities. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'm going to end the stream, though, because it's already been like, and I have to cut like at least an hour of nothing. Of just the music playing, going like,
just
hey
waiting
guys,
for people to join the
Lemon,
room.
if you could come into the lobby and like check in, homie, that'd be great. Okay, cool. Shags, are you there?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you are. Okay, so you okay? Well, you checked in, but okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a crazy day. But thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. We're gonna work this out, and then I'm gonna figure out how to get this. Actually, since there's nobody watching, let me see if I can do this real quick. Window capture.
So it's next Saturday, not 2 Saturdays from now, right?
That's correct. Next Saturday is the plan for that.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I can make it. I think I can. I had a possible something that was happening, but I think I can make it happen Sunday instead of Saturday, if need be.
So
Because
here
if
we
not, I could do the week after, hopefully. But I'll see what I can do. It's going to be tough without my actual controller with me, but I'll try to make it. If nobody shows up, you and me will just be the only two, and I'll make sure to give you the. I'll
Right.
make sure to. I'll win. I'll see if you can beat me. I'm honestly scared of your earthquake now. Your earthquake has.
Your
improved a
earthquake's
lot.
gotten way better on up.
Well, I really appreciate that, and it's because all of you, like, literally, I tell this to people, like, just in face-to-face all the time, you know, like, it's weird. I've tried to jump into a bunch of different fighting games, and you dip into their little communities. The Samurai Shodown community is probably the most old school, other, I guess the King of Fighters people, this SNK people, but, like, they genuinely are like, oh, you want to learn this game? Oh, yeah. Like they want more people to be involved in this game. They want more people to play. And it's like, it's very, and a lot of other you play like, you know, Street Fighter, if you try and break into that when you're a newcomer, they intentionally, I feel like, try and gatekeeper your ass out. There's very few, I mean, there might be some really great guys out there. I'm not trying to say there's nobody nice, but definitely the Samurai Shodown community has been the warmest and most inviting. Smash, I think it's just a bunch of younger kids that just love clowning on people. Like, everything is like, I want to disrespect you. But Sam Show is definitely fun.
Key bagging and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I think of like that Jet Li movie, Hero, where they talk, like him and Donnie Yen are about to go at it in that scene, and they have this moment where there's like literally the entire battle is fought before they even throw their first strike. Like the whole battle is unfolding. It's like, you know, and like I said, I could tell right before I jumped out against Kenshin, I'm like, my hands weren't there. Like, it wasn't right. I was too upset. I'm like, I'm looking all around.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot more setup in Samurai Shodown because the stakes are so high if you miss.
Right. As soon as you whiff, it totally turns the tide of the match, like in real life.
It's very methodical. And even the guys I faced, like all the community members during the Dance of Toe King, W&F, Sam Show Online, like those guys are very welcoming people. They're also pretty strong players, and one false move could either give you the life lead or get you or lose the life lead, just like that.
Yeah.
And I've been the subject of, and the person I've been the person who's made those mistakes, and the person who has been on the receiving end and on the not receiving end. So, you know.
Yeah,
it's rough. But at the same time, the more we do that, the more it's only been a few months. I think I got the game when it first came out and then sat it on my shelf for a long time going like, oh, I'll never be competitive in this like I was when I was a kid. And then, you know, dusted it off like a few months ago. And then a couple of you guys just found me and were like, look at this guy trying to stream this game on Twitch. Hey, do you know how to block? did you know that you can do this? And I'm like, nah, man. What do I do?
It was funny when you first started, man. You're like, yeah,
like,
like you didn't know what a weapon flipping technique was. Like, it was
Yeah.
really.
I'm still a little foggy on that now.
But everyone jumped in. I saw like multiple people like jumped in and tried to give you help.
Yeah.
It was good to see.
Well, that's the thing too. You know, you get the guys, and I was really worried early on because I'm a competitor from way back, and I actually used to. I understand how it's like you can get bored. You don't want to play against people that you can easily beat because it's like, well, you do a little bit if you're, you know, doing it in ranked because then you can pad your points, I guess, which is what people do with me. But when you're playing early on, you don't want to play with guys that like hold you back because then you get used to playing guys with bad habits and then you go up against a real killer and you're vulnerable. And so I was worried that I would kind of have people lose interest. But if you stay persistent, I feel like even if you're not doing well, you gain a level of respect because you keep coming back and going like, no, I know that I'm not doing well, but I will figure this out. And you guys have been nothing but helpful and going, yep, your timing is just like you need to stop. Like Inazuma Versus was probably one of the biggest helps so far because I'm like, hey, watch this match. And he's like, dude, you need to stop. Like you be neutral, just stand still for a second, like wait for the guy to come at. That was what I was, happening in this last match. I needed to just be more patient, use my lights.
And even I, in like Central 5 special, I got that. I know where you're coming from. Like you get that and you're like, you're patient and then take a break. And then I'm like, I'm not patient anymore. But after fighting people in like Sam Show, I fought a Nakaruru. He beat me every time I was in playing patient. So we had to play this patient game.
Inazuma's Nakaruru is insane.
Inazuma's Nakaruru is freaking insane.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his matches. I'm like, I don't play PS4.
I played against him long before in ranked. I somehow ended up against Inazuma Verse like a couple times, I think twice, and he just like housed me both times. With I he even brought me down a rank. Like
he was my sparring partner. He was actually one of my sparring partners. He's pretty strong, and it's his help that's got me where everybody's help has got me where I'm at. So, keep on getting better, you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys in the Champions Tournament. Really looking forward to see Marco and me go at it too. I haven't fought him in brackets, so hopefully I get to fight him in the first round or something because I really want to go against him.
Well, see, I'm thinking I might have everybody sign up via email or something. There needs to be something so I can have a better way of reaching out to people on the day.
Or if we don't have enough people, if we can, why don't we do like a whole round robin tournament? Like everybody fights each other. Because like I know like in invitationals that I've seen before, there was like a whole round robin.
Okay.
Of, like all the best of every player.
And then just mix it up. Just
I think some people do like I don't know. I think some of the tournaments they do like a round robin to get top 8, and then once they figure out top 8, then they just do that with a bracket. But
like where are we at right now? How many people do we have in the tournament so far? Like if we go by this invitational, how many people will be joining the next one?
We have, let's see, where did I put the invitational screen? Ronin Roundup. So we have Hurricane, M, Necro, Azuki, Marco, Nosi, Cruzy, Howto, and Ladicarus or Aki. And then, so that's 9, and then there's 3 more, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 people.
Yonzi's not there?
I'm sorry?
Nosi,
I call it Nosi because I don't know. I always pronounce it wrong. Yes, that's there, of course.
Oh, he's there?
Yep.
So he's up to 9. So he's up to 9 people.
Yes, he's in the 9, the initial group. Yes, that's a second place fighter.
That's right. He was 9.
2 second place, actually 2 second place ranks. So that was he's my top ranked silver medalist.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we could definitely.
So it would be a 12-person round robin.
It would be a 12-person round robin.
And that's it.
I think that would be a good idea.
A first to 3 at least until semifinals or whatever. But then like I'm not done a round robin yet. So hold
on. If we do round robin, we could split it into like a round robin of like 3 round robins for like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
For like 3 different round robins. So like 4 people in one round robin, 4 in another, and 4 in another.
Okay.
And then I think the top 8. So let's see. So the first 3 are going to be in the top 8. So you got your first 3 in top 8. Or your first place winners are going to be in top 8. And then let's see who else. Guess we'll make a top. And then second place winners. And then your second place winners for round robin. So your first, second, third. So your first, second place winners for each round robin will go at it in top 6. Yeah, so 2, 4.
Yeah, it's a weird bracket. I mean, it's easier to get 8, right? And
it's easier to get 8. If we do that, then it'll be like 3 people each round robin, and then you get your top 8 from there.
Well, wait. Could you do 4 groups of 3 instead of 3 groups of 4?
Yeah.
We could do that.
4 groups of 3.
So 4 groups of 3, and then that'll be your preliminary.
And then the top two end up in the final 8.
Yes.
And the third in each group is just eliminated in group stage.
Right, and then those who got second place will be either in losers bracket, in the losers bracket, and then the 4 who got
and the 4 would be in winners bracket. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Four groups of 3, loser of each group eliminated. Top is top seed, and second is bottom seed.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, there we go. Thank you guys.
And that way, everyone plays at least a couple rounds.
Right.
Would there be 2 matches in each group, right?
Yeah, that
For
sounds
every
about
player.
right. That sounds about right.
And then I guess for the people that make it the top 8, it's still double elimination, standard 8-player bracket. That's a lot of matches. It's going to be long if you do it that way. We're talking like an afternoon instead of a couple hours, but yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, we can still work it out and chew on it a little bit, but I think that will work. That definitely sounds better.
Yeah.
I want it to be as smooth as possible, and I don't want it to drag too hard, because I want it to be faster. I want to be able to get through it faster.
If you want to get through it faster, then double elimination would do. But I mean, it's an invitational, so it's up to you.
I want it to be like faster initially, and then like maybe slow down. Like the semifinals, like I wouldn't even mind it being fast up front, but then having it turn into a 1st to 5 when it gets closer to like the actual like. When like if you were on the street, like when Hurricane and M and Necro and Azuki and Marco, like when those guys start really getting into chewing up the riffraff, as I call us, when you get into actually like going up against us, I want those matches to be a little heavier. I want those to be like, so the initial rounds are like, okay, the second or the silver and the bronze guys are going up against each other maybe a little bit, and then the kind of the first winners from each of those groups gets shifted off into one of the champions to see how they do. It's like, okay, so you did well against a bronze guy. Let's see how you do against Azuki. Like, okay, let's see how can you handle his warden? Let's move you up and see. Oh, no, you couldn't. So let's see. Oh, you got an earthquake to deal with now. So it is.
Yeah.
I definitely
one issue with doing groups instead of double elimination straight bracket though is you have to consider that there could be ties as far as wins. So you have to figure out what's priority for top seed, bottom seed in the case of like 2 players having 2 wins, I guess.
Right.
Or a tie. Like you have to have
there'll have to be a tiebreaker match.
Is it number of rounds won?
But that's why that's why there's 3 people, because like you can't make it.
Right, with 3,
with 4
3,
groups of
yeah,
3,
you're right. You can't. Yeah, that's true. With
There
4,
will
it's
be a winner.
possible. With 3, it's impossible.
It's even
You're right.
better.
Unless there was a tie, which is also impossible.
Right. If it
I've
was like
gotten one
3
tie.
groups of, if there was like 3 groups of 4, then if that's the case, and it
No,
goes
with
by
4
whoever-
groups of 3, there's no way there can be a tie in a group. So there's definitely a first, a second, and a third, right?
Right. So.
What if all the matches tied? just kidding. I've only gotten one tie ever, and I had no idea that was even a thing. But
I've had a few ties myself.
So I think,
but
then you also have to distribute the initial groups as well as as good as possible. You probably want to make sure that ideally it's a first place, a second, and a third in each group.
So I create it, and then I'll shuffle them around, and I have a bracket where everyone's like kind of like how the rounds that they've won, like my own kind of record keeping system. And so my plan was to kind of shuffle around and try and not necessarily put together some good matchups, but also I want to keep. I'm not going to put like the top three so I'm not going to have Hurricane M and Necroshade fight in the very first round robin all together. Like that's you know what I mean? I'm not going to put anyone that I think is necessarily going to be in a finals. I'm not going to try and put them all together like right away.
That's gonna be hard because like
you definitely. I mean, do you think we have enough time to do a group and a round of 8 in one day? Do you think you should break it up into like maybe 3 days, like group 1 and 2, group 3 and 4, and then?
Well, that was originally what this was meant to be. This was meant to be. It was going to be all this whole group, and then which is basically SNK has a requirement if you want to be in their support system that you have a tournament with 16 to 20 competitors, and so that's why I have a 16 competitor roster, and then I break it up into separate event periods. So it's like this is one event, but it's over a period of time. And so, but then that's the thing, like if you're not competing, I'm trying to also generate, I want to get everybody in, and I want there to be some mystery as to who's playing next. It's like, oh well, I don't know if I'm only here necessarily to see. I mean, I know this is some kind of like inside baseball, but if I'm here to see Necro, and I'm like, I know exactly when he's going to go right away, I'm like, I'll just step in for his stuff and then jump out. If I'm here for Marco, I'm just jumping in for his and jumping out. I want people to be encouraged.
If you do a group, all 4 of us, you could do 1 week because it's Saturday and Sunday. It's Saturday.
Yeah, one group of the group stage, and then do another week of top 8 bracket.
Yeah. Or
rather
the
than
next day.
I have a feeling if you do a group and a bracket all in one day, we're gonna be sitting here for like maybe 6-7 hours.
Have we could do top 8 the next day.
Yeah,
do the top 8 the following day on this like on Sunday instead of
that
both
sounds
on
good.
Saturday.
Have like sort of like a pre-qualifying event. I mean, I already kind of pitched it, but it's only us really. So it's not like I'm going to be upsetting anybody else. It's really you. It's you and me that were the only other people that would be like, I thought I already qualified, man. You said this was the... I'm like, yeah, we qualified for the qualifier.
What I would do is I would calculate the sheer amount of time that would be required to run through all the matches of both a 12-player group stage and an 8-player final, and see like how long that is. Because I have a feeling it's
well, I think I've done a 12-player...
long, especially if they're first to 3. It's going to be a long one for the round robin.
The 12-player
round robin
I've done before was long.
First. Round robin should be first to 2 for sure.
Okay, first to 2. So FT2 for all round robins, and then the next day, top 8 is going to be all FT3s, and then FT5 for grand finals.
Yes, I definitely want grand finals to be first to 5 because it's an endurance test on top of everything. It's not just, are you good at this game? Are you a competitor? Like, are you a killer? Can you go up against a mountain of blades, my friend? Can you do it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna aim for top 8. I wonder if we could do like top 8. Like if whoever gets top 8, we can like get a trophy. We can get like a top 8 leaderboard. So like how Danza Toking and like Mexican masters do it. They have like the best 8 have like their portraits of like their characters. And their name under there.
This is my plan for the site, for the tournament kind of intros. Everything that kind of pushes back to the Ronin Roundup stuff is going to be based on that. I just created a Patreon, so I can try and see if I can get an actual prize pool put together with some kind of a... Originally it was going to be like a pin, kind of like a Yakuza looking thing, but for Ronin Roundup. And then all of the people that were like the champions would get that, and then like the hardcore, like the big winners would get like a plaque that says like, oh, you're like gangster, dude, you're hardcore or whatever. But that was like the original plan, and then you would have some sort of a thing attached to yourself, like in our Discord, For now, the only thing that I can 100% guarantee that doesn't cost me anything is that it is eventually going to be a members group for the competitions, because there will be a prize pool. All of my initial champions, all of the people in this, because there's so few of us, I can commit to this group for sure, all having like, you're just members. You're just gold, members for life, because you're my initial group of people that more than likely you guys are going to be the ones that help fish out other interested parties. So theoretically, me going like, yeah, of course I'm going to waive any tournament fees that come down the road for you guys. And that's kind of the why I've been encouraging people, please just join. Just sign up in this initial part, because then you will be part of the grandfathered in crew of the initial Ronin Roundup people. And then that way, it's like there's going to be dojo sessions. I'm hoping we can get more champions in the weeks to come. So then if there is a membership thing, then it's like, no, we're going to go in and we're going to train with M. We're going to train with Necrochet. We got Hurricane coming in. Like, yeah, Inazuma doesn't play Switch, but we're going to get him on the Discord chat, or we're going to do something. We'll figure out something to get some people in here to actually lab up and like actually figure out like, dude, you got serious holes in your gameplay. Let's freaking fill them in. No big deal.
Right.
Let's have some fun. Let's get you deadly. Like, you're at least going to terrorize your kids.
Get ready for offline tournaments like such as, well, Kit is already happening this month, but Frosty Faustings that's happening. Samurai Showdown is going to be in Frosty Faustings, which is a major. So you're definitely, if you want to play, like even if you're on the Switch, you can go out there and wreak havoc if you can.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I want for it. See, that's the thing.
Are you guys are both West Coast?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in San Diego.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I was getting a little more lag than you guys. I guess if it's lag, you feel it on both sides, but I don't know. I kept on getting shut by those throws, man. Kenshin kept on like, I'm like, throw. And I'm like, how is he getting throw every time?
I know.
It was really, really crazy. But yeah, I'd like to do some local, like offline tournaments here, but I'm not even really sure where to go.
Especially being older too.
Wait, you're in Brooklyn. You're in New York. There's Lunar Phase. Lunar Phase happened recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's also, and I do not know. I can give you the guy.
I think in the winter time there's some tournaments here.
Right.
But
oh, you're in Wait, hold on. You're in San Diego, right? That's in Southern California.
Yeah, very, very bottom of California.
If you go up, I don't know the address, but there's a guy named Andy OCR, if you guys know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, from WNF. Yeah.
And him, his wife, Kizzy K, some other people play Sam Show as well. They don't have tournaments, but they have this arcade, like the Barcade or something like that. And you guys could do some like tournament or like matches offline. So if you want to go and like rev up 1UPdaddy, talk to Andy OCR. He's a pretty strong guy. He's one of the few he's one of the guys who's beaten me like
yeah, didn't he place in the original oh my god.
Yeah, I think he did.
One of the Evos?
Yeah, it was like in the Evo that
2019 or 2020 rather? It was like
2019,
or 2019, which I didn't remember. They gave it love for like 5 minutes. And they're like,
yeah,
oh, this game's dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Well, there wasn't a 2020, right? It was only 2019.
I thought that had one in Japan. I saw something online. I don't know where it was.
OCR was, I think, only in the US one. I think he took like third or something, right?
Oh, wow.
I don't think so, but
but
I know him and Valle played a Sam Show too, but he doesn't play it anymore. But I know some guys who are like from like Florida or like near Virginia who are like, you got Aru, Dave, John Doe from Boston. He's not strong, but he's pretty strong. You got B-Boy Sonic and Sin Cal and Bubba. You got me, Luke Stairs in Northern California, and some other players. Light Ice. We got a lot of players that are Sam Show strong. So, I mean, they don't have a Switch, but these guys are like PS4, Xbox, Steam. You got my guys from I'm sorry, I'm like going off touch. You got guys from like Mexico, AR Robert, Markio, Maki.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Markio.
They play all their stuff on whatchamacallit though.
Parsec, they do
yeah,
Parsec and
Parsec.
offline,
Yeah.
but if you think Markio was tough, you will be dang.
Yeah,
Markio's
like low
tough?
tier. Yeah, amongst them.
Not even
Well, not
tier.
low,
He's like-
not low tier, but he doesn't win that many of the.
No,
the
I've watched him
WNF.
play.
Yeah.
I've when I
He's-
first got
yeah.
alerted to him, I
he's
scouted
top
him out.
5
He's
He's
good.
top 5 in Mexico, and
It always
him,
comes down to a
Markio-
decision or two.
Yeah.
Every one of his
And
matches.
That kid Duston is pretty crazy.
Oh,
too.
Duston, he's no one to fool. He played Nako. He played Nakoruru, Kazuki. He played Nakoruru in the beginning of season 3, and his Nako was he's perfect. Hella plus. He's also pretty strong.
Yeah.
You got Ghost of Trinity in New York.
Yeah, he's the only guy I know in New York. Yeah, I've never met him, but I know who he is. I've seen him play.
Let's see. There's a guy named Genosuke. We got killers. We got killers everywhere. It's just we haven't gotten. They're not all out there because of like life stuff and everything. But if we could, man, I'm telling you, one up. Like if you think I was dangerous.
Yeah.
If you think I'm a killer,
Right.
I'm compared to them. Nah, those guys make me look like a beginner.
But that's
That's
the
how
point,
good
though,
they
too, right? Is a
Yeah,
lot of people
yeah.
you get to a place and you kind of plateau in your ability, and you get to a point where you're like, well, how am I going to get? But it's like you need people like when you teach.
You need to get bodied over and over again.
You get beat a bunch, and then you also have to teach, and you teach somebody like me who's a beginner who's got a lot of very obvious holes in my gameplay. But
I'm
then
still
that
a beginner. Too.
shows you what your holes are. It's like the more because I taught photography for a long time, and that's kind of one of the things I do. It's like you get to a point in your ability where you're like, oh, I know so much stuff, but then like you don't realize, oh yeah, when you start teaching the fundamentals again, it changes your
you have to challenge
gameplay,
yourself.
and you're like, wow, I can go up against guys that are way more experienced than me and hold my own. You know, people that
I can. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
well, people that didn't take a break, like, because I played it a lot when I was a kid. I was obsessed with this game. It was one of the few games that my friends weren't as good at as I was, and I played it constantly through my teen years, and then went and became a photographer and like completely walked away from fighting games all for like over a decade. And I never really got super competitive serious, but then coming back to it, it's like I want to get better at this game. When you start teaching somebody like that the fundamentals, someone who's constantly trying to kill you, because that's what I'm doing. I am constantly trying to exploit whatever hole that you show me. It will force you to up your game over time. And it's like, because you're like, we're working on the fundamentals, you're working the basics, just like Inazuma was telling me, like, dude, just chill out after stick to your neutral. Land.
Honestly,
Wait.
it's all about the player. It's all about the player. It's player v player. Sancho's a game of player v player at the end of the day, more so than character v character.
Yeah, the
Like-
reads, knowing where the guys go.
Well, I think that's what Necroshi keeps trying to show me when he just embarrasses the crap out of me, because he'll come in and be like, oh, you think it's because I'm using a fast character? Oh, let me grab a slow one and embarrass you with that one. Here, I'm gonna put my weapon down and embarrass you with being slow. And it's like, it's one of those, it's not the character. He's saying it's like, it's me. He's like, I'm playing you. He's like, I'm figuring you out. And then waiting, just like this last match with Kenshin. Kenshin was like, no, and he even said on the disc, he was being very polite about it. He's like, sorry to give you hell, but, dude, I figured this out, and this is where your hole was, buddy. And that's why I love Sam Show people, man. He's like, he just pounced on me, but then was super sweet about it and was like, hey, man, I want you to get better. See you next week. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
God, I love this community.
Everybody has got, I feel like Sam Show, King of Fighters, I feel like those games, like even King of Fighters, I'm like, and even Virtual Fight have taught me one thing, and this is pretty much I think what other countries that are not from the U.S. and I'm not saying like the U.S. players suck. No, they don't suck. I'm just saying like most of like the average U.S. players who are like my skill level, like what we struggle with is that most of the players higher level players know the 50-50 rule, or like know how to play the player. Like it's all
Yeah.
about the player and who you can and how you fight in the neutral. Like you can play like hyper aggressive,
Yeah.
but you have to know how to play hyper aggressive. There's times where you just don't play hyper, where you just stop for a second and you're like, let me see how they feel. Let me see if I can make them. Let's see if I can make them crack in defense. Like I don't have to do anything. I just run up, stop, see if they go ahead and do a backdash. If they do a backdash or like a backdash Tsubami, I'm SSMing you. I've done it a few times. I've actually caught people, and mind you, it was like we were having fun. It was casual. But I've caught people trying to like run up, grab me, or command grab me, or run a back step, and I'm like, got him. Like you use the stop, you use the run stop to go ahead and like catch him. You know, catch him slipping.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta work on that a lot.
It's happened to me a lot. It's happened to me a lot.
Yeah,
worry,
or people doing like the run up, throw, reset, like shit. That's even crazier. The throw resets always throw me off when like really good guys hit me with that stuff.
Right.
It's so disheartening.
But once you guys I'm feeling like you guys will get to next level eventually. Like it took me 2 years. Like I only got into competing in a fighting game in 2 years. Like Sam Show was the first fighting game I got competitive with, and I'm learning all this stuff like as a beginner. Because I will tell you guys that you guys have all played fighting games when I was playing Pokemon and running track and field. I was playing Pokemon my whole life. You guys are playing fighting games most of your life.
No, I mean, I'm kind of like 1UP, where I like played a shitload of fighting games way back in high school, and then I got mostly into Sam Show. Really, I played like 1 and 2 in arcades, but I didn't have enough quarters to really get good at Sam Show in the arcades. I really started playing it more with 3 when I was like in college back in like the 90s, and then after the 90s, I didn't really play like 4, 5, 6 very much, but I finally got back into fighting games with like Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, yeah.
That brought me back in, but then this version of Sam Show is like kind of the first one that I've really been playing a shitload of, and I've been frustrated so much with doing it online, especially because I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh the most. Like as soon as I'm online, like it's just everything is like a misinput. It's so hard to get a Tsubami out online, and I can do them like butter offline, but so that's why I always end up switching to Wanfu, because his input game is not nearly as precise, but he's just not that strong. And I also play Genjiro is probably really my second after Yu-Gi-Oh, but so many people know Genjiro's game. It's like really hard to open people up in Genjiro.
Man,
yeah.
2019 Evo, you want to see how to play Genjiro, play him like that? Oh man.
Yeah. Well, he was way overpowered back in 2019. Now everyone knows how to play against him, you know, and he's also been nerfed. Yeah.
But it's like Earthquake. Like I don't know how to fight Earthquake. Like really good Earthquakes that I told 1UP, Belmont, Master Belmont. What was it? Violent Cane. I think Violent Cane was a good Earthquake, and Initial Drive, best Earthquakes I've ever seen in my time of playing Sam Show, and there's just no way I could crack them. I've done everything. Like I've won matches against them, but I've never taken sets off of them.
Well, part of the I got him. I know part of the key against Earthquake is just to get above his jump C, but then you're in the air, because he can get you once you come back down with a throw.
It's tough. I have a few things I'm working on to where, because it's funny too. If I get to a point that this is just time in, this is the difference between me and some of these other guys. My brain knows exactly what I need to do next. My hands don't want to do
technical,
it yet. Right, and so I'm like, oh no, that's medium flame. No, that's light flame. Like, and then so like do 2 lights, and then he's going to try and dash over, and then I'm going to hit him with that heavy flame, and he's just going to be set on fire. I'm going to run up to him, and I'm going to jump over the top of him, do a crossover, like in my head, I'm like, I know exactly what I want to do. It's just I need to continue playing, continue getting beat, continue having that. I keep doing it on online, and every time I do it, it's like they're beating me every single time. It's like, well, you're not timing it right. Or take a beat, then do it.
I need to adjust my online timing because I lab a lot like offline. Just executing everything. But then I get online and the timing is just a little bit off, and that's when I end up like doing all like the miss inputs. Like I miss my weapon flipping techniques for some reason. Even like when I was playing Wanfu, I was trying to do like some like an uppercut a couple times. I ended up doing like his spin around, which ended up hitting on the third hit, luckily. But like there were all sorts of like, I'm just like, as soon as I'm online, like that extra couple milliseconds of or frames of lag just like totally wreck me. So I'd love to do some like casual dojo stuff. It's just every time you guys are doing it, I'm working.
Well, I need to find a time to do it in the evening, or you know what I mean. I need an evening time also. I need to have like one in the morning and one in the evening, and then have that just be those 2 times are set. You either show up or you don't. It's every week. And then some weeks we'll have a tournament, and then there'll be like a little lead up for it. And I want to keep it casual, but then I want the dojo to not just necessarily be Sam Show as well either. I know a lot of us play Smash, a lot of us play some other games. I know even other, even games like Splatoon and stuff like that. The games that have good lobbies where people can just to kind of like shake it up, and then come back and do another dojo for Sam Show. But obviously, I mostly want this to be Sam Show and fighting game based. But my big thing was just to create a community of people who like to compete, that know that, hey, it's okay to not know what you're doing here. You're not going to find a bunch of people that make you feel like an idiot for not knowing how to do the inputs correctly. Like, it takes time, buddy. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And I feel like SNK is like, I think fighters in SNK are very, very chill people, especially the people I've talked to. And
it's been a niche game in the U.S. for so long that you have to like really be cool and appreciate the people that are in the community.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny because like, King of Fighters is niche in North, in at least America here.
In Central and South America, it's way bigger. Yeah.
Like
North American,
it's not common where I am.
U.S. and Canada, it's like a low tier. It's less popular, but in Central and South America, it's like probably more popular than a lot of the Capcom games.
Right, and even the people I've faced like on Fightcade, where I fight most of them really good players, they're not those guys. Sam Show players, like from South America in 4, 5 SP and 2, those guys, if they're from South America, well, one, you're gonna have a hard time with connection, because even though it's rollback, it's still their connections between us are like still rough. But when you get the players like from US, like Sugar Bear, who else? You got guys like Slash Mars. These guys have been playing since you guys were kids, since you guys were around the same time you guys were, and these guys are like
when they came out,
monsters.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
And that's the thing. Like, can you come out and come up against a guy like that? Maybe not, but can you at least have a little self-respect and dignity, and maybe not, but can you not waste that person's time and maybe give them a good match? Maybe. Maybe. Don't embarrass me.
I would say this because like I'm noticing this myself, because I know my friend Sugar Bear told me this. When you, me, and Shaginator fight, it's like we're playing one player. We're fighting each other as if we're playing a one-player game.
Right. We're fighting we're fighting the computer. We're like as though like we think the other player's going to do exactly what the AI would do, instead of like
you have to play it. You have to play it like the person, but you also have to know like, okay, you ask the question: if I do this move, what's
he gonna do next? Yeah.
What's he gonna do next? Well, if he blocks it, what do I have next? Do I get grabbed or do I get punished? If I get punished, okay, I gotta reassess myself. If not, if I don't get punished, do something else. I could do something. Do something because like everything's a 50-50 until you do it too much.
Right.
Then you start getting blocked. And
Yeah, then
you
you're
start
predictable.
Then
Yep.
you're predictable. And I've seen this happen to me because I always go for lows. But then when I do so many lows, I go for an overhead because that's all Naku has. Well, I mean, unless I go on bird, but that's not an overhead. The Kami Mutsube is not an overhead. But as soon
Like
as
going
I
to bird's also like an escape. It lets you breathe a little bit sometimes too. Like,
That's
it's
the
just
thing.
Sort of,
I've
yeah.
been practicing though.
It's
I've
also
been
like
waiting for
space
that bird.
control.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my timing
It's
down.
also space control because like you have to respect Nako on bird.
Yeah,
Especially
because she
for
can.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
once
because he's
she-
above you.
Yeah,
You don't
'cause,
have.
like-
Yeah.
Because like she can mix you up just by being on bird. She could do 5C. She could do clean and then do her C and then cancel out unclean and then grab you, or do something like clean, hit you with a Kami Mutsube if you press a button, or hit you with a low kick, or hit you with a low kick that hits overhead as well. It's a whole lot of layers in Sam Show that I've learned from talking to Ghost, and like my first match after losing to Genosuke and talking to Ghost and Inazuma and all the other guys taught me how to learn layers, and I've probably forgotten how to do layers in Sam Show now because like I've been getting better to the point where I've forgotten my roots. So it's just like remember that you have layers upon layers of mix-ups and options. And keep cycling
Yeah.
to that.
That's good.
Yep.
You guys, I gotta get going. This has been great.
Yep.
I got
this
I got to
works.
do.
If for
Yeah,
some
that-
reason we ever decided, and I am not pressuring you individuals, I am saying anyone out there that wants to jump on, I do believe I would be able to have video activated. That's why I put it up on the stream like this, so you could see our little photo representations. We would be able to have you guys video in, and I could then make you small for commentary purposes. Not necessarily the two of you, potentially other people just saying it. This is the whole reason I wanted to test it. It looks like the audio is coming through just fine, but I definitely do have to go. I'm way past the time I thought. And my dog's going to kill the guy at the door. So thank you guys for joining me.
Yeah.
1UP,
Thank
Daddy.
you for
Out.
having me. I'm
GG
hoping-
guys.
GG.
Thanks.
See you guys.